the other say, and I still think of you night and day, and yeah, I've lost my way, I can't walk in circles.
We are a group of ultimate players, coaches and video enthusiasts. We've worked with the major federations and the greatest events.
We're on a mission to make Ultimate huge. We want our videos and live streams to be free to watch.
We want to make stories that not only reach you,
but also reach people outside the Ultimate community.
Like and subscribe, ULTI.TV, the best in the world.
Become a member and
fund
fund
our
our
work
work.
to cover more events in the future and to bring more stories and live coverage to the eyes of the Ultimate world and beyond.
Welcome back to ULTI.TV, your favorite place to be. I'm Steph Rapazzo here with Charlotte Terrasson back in the women's division. We've got YAKA versus Bristol ready to go. This is second round action in this division, Charlotte.
Yes, indeed.
How are we doing here? The Swiss Miss here in your home country here.
So happy to have everyone coming to Switzerland. We got a beautiful weather, which is unexpected from Switzerland. I mean, we've been waiting for this sun for so long. And now we get the second women game starting right for you. YAKA just lost the previous game at Universe Point against Jinx from Berlin, which was heck of a game, really tough one. And now I bet they are really hungry for the win, and they won't let any pass, any action slip through their hands.
Tight match, cracking match over there. I had to leave when it was at about, I think it was 13-12, still in favor of YAKA when I left. So great to hear that Jinx finished that one off in form, as far as Berlin fans are concerned anyways. Bristol, they had a bit of a steamroll win and had a big difference winner over Fabulous, the hometown ladies team here from Bern. So YAKA looking to put their first win on the board after a tight loss. Bristol looking to maintain form after a lopsided victory in their first round. Both these teams in red. YAKA wearing their white jerseys, but a traditionally red team.
Apparently during the previous game of Bristol against Fab, there were a lot of picks called from the Fab side. So let's see now how it's going to be in this game. Is Bristol's offense really messy? Is it going everywhere? How is their offense looking like? We want to see what made Fab call so many picks.
Let's see if they cross up the stacks of YAKA, if they get the same kind of calls or not. Here we go. First pull is in the air. Carla Link, the World Games representative for GB, fields that first pull. And Bristol are underway. The new revamped Bristol, Oldfield, centers back to Link. And great finish there. Payne comes under and takes it away from the well-positioned Mondiaux. Link. Surveying options, nothing she likes.
Oh!
Matthias knocks it away.
Matthias saw that one coming, sped up, gave some more gas, and got the defense for her team.
And here comes the break option. Paula Bass engages Mondiaux. Rasta centers up line to Matthias, the gainer rather. Thyssen through the hands. Now Mondiaux. Shot for goal. Bounced, but caught. Elise Becker gets the left hand on it. And YAKA on the score sheet first with a break.
Really good start from YAKA with a break point straight away. Bristol giving it all, trying to get the defense in the end zone. As you said, Stefan, just a little tip, a hand on the disc, but not enough to stop the offense from the counter-attack offense from YAKA to score the first break of this game. First break, first point.
Underway, YAKA will be a little bit more desperate, let's say, for the win. Thing is, everybody goes to quarters, but certainly going in and maintaining at least the upper half of the pool bodes well for your first round matchup. After that, every game here is a preparation for what the semis will bring. That is going to be crunch time around here.
I think this is something that will that makes a difference between the really strong team and the strong teams. Let's say that a team that is really willing to fight to win till the end any game, not only the, as you could say, quoted important, I mean not quoted, but yeah, important games. You want to win any game. All the games are fight and you want to take it. And I think that is what will make the difference between those teams, that even though everyone's going to quarterfinals, you will see the ones that are always fighting till the end because they want to win each game. And actually, if you win each game, you will be in a much better position than if you lose all of them, obviously.
Better position in the bracket, better position in your mental space. The confidence that's bred from winning is something that you cannot afford to just let slip you by, and that pass slipped by the hands of Binny. Now Mondiaux, second chance to break, goes deep. Chanina there, left hand on it. Great catch by Olga Chanina, again made to look easy, but stuck that mid out with some sticky fingers for a second break. Mondiaux put that one up, and that is 2 breaks, and both of those break assists go to the wily veteran, Eileen Rasta Mondiaux.
What amazing start for YAKA. I mean, it's pretty expected from them, but still really good to start with 2 breaks in a row. As I was saying, they were hungry, probably hungry for the win this time and not letting any chance for anything since they got that tough universe point previously, and we can feel it definitely here now with 2 breaks for start of the game.
They will switch up their line now. The first point pretty quick. They maintain the same line on the field for the second point of this game with the 2-0 lead. We see a fresh set of legs out there for YAKA. Caroline Thyssen, the German player, and you talk about internationals on this YAKA team, and there's a lot of talking to do.
Yeah.
They are full
Let's talk about Frenches, and there will be less talking to do.
That's exactly it. Link puts it into play, gets it straight back. Coming up off her knees there. Oshkovska goes to Link. Oldfield with the disc. Finds the dump space. Roshkovska. Big up and around. That is going to be competed for, but well taken by Beeching. In front of the defense of Labourne, and now Link finds a small opening. Oldfield with the disc. Set in front, that one looks good. They're on the board to Beeching.
Very tight actions each time, like there were defense players everywhere or very close or little gaps to throw this disc, but Bristol ladies made it work to get the first point for them of this game.
And they're on the board. I see in the comments, brother of Elise Becker.
No. Oh, wait.
Eric Becker Chenio, a shout out to him, of course. A new papa to baby June, him and Laura. Big shout out to them as Elise
Congratulations.
Becker gets the first goal. I know in my excitement, I called her a Becker instead of a Becker. But we know what it's about. But more right now about Bristol as they put that point on the board. Stopped the bleeding in the early part of this game. A 2-goal run against them, not an optimal way to start the game by any stretch of the imagination, but they do get the hold, and now the first time we see YAKA field a pull. Castillo, the Mexican sensation living in Belgium, goes to Chinina, but she can't hang on, and another chance now for Bristol, the first of which would be a break chance.
And we know they need it from this YAKA strong start. Bristol needs to fight back even stronger.
That one up line, Bocanegra Gomez takes it away, wearing the mask. Mondio sends deep to there, Van Veek, the intended receiver. And almost a second chance for Castillo, but knocked away. Counts as a D for Bristol.
What a second chance opportunity, and just too far from the hands of Maria.
Oh, that one low and speedy. A worm burner goes to ground, and Paula Bass picks up. Bass engaged. Bobby Khan comes in. Rasta. Mondio returns. Great defense there. Mudd smacks it away and extends the field towards the opposite end zone. Picked up. Chance to break, to level the scores. But Wilkinson can't make good with that one, and it's back in the hands of Mondio. YAKA and the Yaquitos! Paula Bass, never shy to throw the body around. That time ends up without a disc in her hands, though.
There.
Lisa Hawking centers Wilkinson. Great defense by Van Veek in the dump space. Ooh, bobbled, but still handled. Wilkinson goes around. 2 defenders there, but still into the hands of Larocque. That one to goal, it counts. They're on the board. That is a break. Gemma Henry cashes in 2 apiece. 2 breaks either way. Sorry, holding the break the second direction.
Here we're back. Bristol got 2 scores to even the score, but now, if they want to take back the advance they should have, they need another break, because YAKA is still leading, knowing that they will be starting on offense for the second half. Got a nice replay. Bristol in action for the offense on their score. Beautiful, and sandwich between 2 YAKA players, ready for the defense, but just not close enough to get their hands on it. We also got the insider info that Carla Link, one of the defense action from the previous point, got on the D-line of GB mixed national team, which is no surprise when you see the defense she's been putting on the field right in front of us.
Chloe Vallée engages Laborn. Nanu, as she's known, Laborn on to Tisson. Mathias is opted away from. Delaunay. Shot for goal. That one too deep.
Good idea, but just a bit too strong, too much gains on this huck for Valais, who we know likes to go in the end zone, sky players, and score for her team. As we've seen her play at Tom's Tourney with the French women team, she did amazing on all the games, but one of them she was the top assist scorer and everything. I think her stats were skyrocketing, rocketing.
Incredible stuff. She'll be bringing more here. Early stages of this one, of course. Carla Link gets another reception to Oldfield. Man, back to Link. Pick on the field, double bicep flex.
Okay, one.
Link goes deep with not many options, but does have a deep option, but she waited and tried to make space instead of reading the disc alone. Always something to say. Rike Louise Kajer Knudsen, the Danish player, back after a injury, lower body joint, I believe, the ankle, and the throw right into Beeching. She steps in front and gets a shoulder block there on the throw from Valais.
What a block. She wasn't scared to put her body in front of this, because usually when you see those hucks coming, you don't really want to get it in your face or so, but if you're really willing to defend, you gotta put it all in it.
Carla Link engaging, great defense thus far, but then an opening. Oldfield. And a bump on the mark, foul called, no contest by the looks of things.
Violation.
A violation?
That was a violation, yeah.
What kind of a violation?
Maybe there was fast count and then wrapping and then straddle and then fast count again.
Could have been all of them.
Yeah.
We'll just stick with violation as Beeching moves that disc through Toroshowska. Fakes, then gets the continue. Carla Link gets another touch. She's had a handful so far this game. And no surprise, there she is again. And unfortunate curse of the commentator, as I mentioned how well she's playing, one gets away from her.
Let's see if she will get it back. After an error that can happen to everyone, this is not the point. The point is to get it back, and defense, hand block, whatever it takes.
Find a way, Elise Becker gets the up line just in bounds to Delaunay. Thyssen is overthrown, that throw too much on it, and Bristol will get another possession here. Disc into play, stall count has been engaged, and the throw caught behind the body there by Oldfield. Beeching goes deep, two receivers there, one more evident, that's Collins with disc in hand. Oh, Beeching had to make a play there to keep that alive. She made it, and popped forward for the goal to the 34 shirt, Jez Taylor. And that's 3 in a row for Bristol now after going down 0-2 in this game.
Really good reflexes, because that was unexpected disc, a bit too behind, but she made it work. And as you say, Stefan, 3-2 for Bristol. They made it back to the score. They were supposed to be, let's say, if everything goes well for each offensive line. Great job taking this back. We see the will of winning.
How are you? Give me my thing back, but nice to see you.
The one we were talking about earlier in the game. We'll see which teams have the mental strength, not only the physical strength, but also the mental strength to be here at the Elite Invite to make their way to the EUCF.
Here is the pull. Wilkinson gets a curve out of it. Mondio to pick up. Bass. Castillo. Swipes one fake, pivots off, and Mondio opens a cut for her. Rasta flexing those calves to Chanina, who, as predicted, is wearing those sunglasses. That one, anybody's, but Boca Negra Gomez decides she'll take it wearing the Batman mask. Brings down the goal and puts them back level, 3 apiece on the board.
Her people need her, and she's gonna do her duty.
The Batwoman mask, the Catwoman mask, the black mask, the black non-binary pronoun, perhaps, whatever that superhero is.
Just create a new superhero.
But 3 apiece. Great game. Little game of short runs. And great shot as well. Love having the drone out there. The wind has calmed somewhat in the last 40 minutes, hour. We've got a bit better of a chance of sending that drone out there and getting some bits and pieces of action.
So here we go, 3 even.
That one settles into the hands of Roszowska. Carla Link gets the short gainer to Beeching. Link opens up after some tight defense early in the cut. Payne to Link. Link winds up, that's gonna get away though. Matthias knocks it away to make sure, but the throw was not quite on. Babican puts it into play. There's Valle and Meisel. Meisel looked to break, but then gets a nice cut on the open side from Matthias. Valle. Stall count is mounting. Looked for Daban, but the throw behind, and it's a turnover.
Bristol really put momentum here. Their minds are in the game. They impose themselves and save the disc from the turnover.
There's the shot for goal. Beeching there, but way too much on that one.
Too excited. She wanted that score and didn't think about, oh, there's a wind blowing here.
That wind found the underside of the disc and pushed it at least another 10 meters beyond the receiver.
Gotta keep that one in mind.
Matthias takes the long walk back to the front of the end zone.
A little bit of rest. for everyone to get to focus back on the field.
Meisel goes too high, but Thyssen bails out. Valet would have been there for the bailout too. Dabin on the run. That one up and floating just enough. Melina Dabin for the goal and the go-ahead again. That's the 4th goal of the game for YAKA and a 1-goal lead.
Beautiful run from Dabin to catch up the D's. That seemed to be very fast. At first sight, it looked like it would be really too much, but she made it look like no, easy job for her. She's getting there. She will get the score. Don't worry about that.
You're absolutely right. Out of hand, that throw looked like it was going to go out the back of the end zone or at least be too far in front for the receiver. But the throw held up well as Dabin showing some great catch-up speed. We've got a football team crossing.
Because football is so important. They don't care. They can cross wherever they want. Duh.
They are being respectful enough at this stage and following the lines in between the fields. I wonder if those are the young boys from Wankdorf Stadium.
No, they wouldn't train here. No way. They could honor us with their presence, please. These are only the best European teams here. Duh.
So Bristol taking the long walk back to the spot, the brick mark, if you will. Well handled there and straight back into the hands of Durbin. Swipes away, goes wide, well handled there with 2 strong hands. Bristol looking very good at the start of this possession. Wilkinson goes deep, has a receiver under it. That receiver is Valley Rodriguez, and it's another goal. Tied up 4 apiece now in this one.
Great job. Now we got a fight between all lines, both scoring their points, and we'll get to see who's winning depending on the D line again.
So there's been some issues here from Heathrow Airport. A lot of the British teams have had missing players. In this case, their coach, Jamie, unable to make it. But Durbin has just made it, so we saw her get a touch in that last point, and fresh off the plane, shuttled right in, possibly chopper service. Probably not, actually, maybe a train. But here, nonetheless, and getting some input into this game after a slow start. All 3 coaches in the chat doing some remote coaching. Shout out to them. You're going to have to get here. I'm not how efficient your coaching is in the chat section.
Especially with no one to tell the team. You need a special coach on field to relate all what coaches are saying on the chat.
Exactly, a liaison who's just watching the chat. Mathias comes under, YAKA with the disc. Now Delaunay, she goes for it. Shot for goal. Dabin cashes in, quick and easy, jamming it up the far sideline.
Good job, and another big run for Dabin to score the offense for YAKA, who's keeping the lead 5-4. They set at the beginning of the game with their break points. If they still keep this advantage at the half, as we were saying, they will start on the offense, which is one of the best advantage you want to have.
Indeed it is, and every advantage is takeable, wishable upon you. We've got a great game here. At the onset, I thought, YAKA's going to just get away with this one here, but no, by no stretch of the imagination. Bristol, okay, they absorbed the first run, the first surge of power by YAKA, and now we are just going blow for blow here, back and forth, and it's turning into the makings of an incredible game thus far, more than we could ask for.
Totally agreed. And apparently on the chat, they assume that it is ULTI.TV's job to shout the advice to the pitch. Well, I definitely say that you don't want me to shout in your ears, because that's gonna be painful.
I would say that there's a price for anything, so we can negotiate. Give us a call, and we'll discuss how we can make this work.
Excuse me, yeah, talk to the business guy. I'm the newbie here, junior, still learning.
Durbin, fresh off the train, puts that one too far in front, and Hawking bids nicely but can't hang on. Mondio picks up.
Beautiful
Bass
layout
gives
though.
a easy and open cut. Now Bass goes deep to a pile, and that pile smacks it away in the form of Ange Wilkinson in the middle.
And almost to the YAKA players.
Durbin.
No.
Oh, and Larocque cannot hang on to that one. Wide open on the under, and was looking upfield before she clasped her hands. Mondio gets a hit. What a great bit of vision from Mondio to get Bass, and then the finish there into the 22 shirt, or is that, I'm sorry, I do not have that shirt number in my vision.
32, I think. Yeah, 32.
32 shirt. That's Douve with the goal for YAKA.
I mean, look at this. It's ridiculous. They almost don't even need to cut anymore. The connection between YAKA players is really impressive. I mean, as a D-line player on shot line last year, I had to struggle a lot against YAKA offense, because even if you're one of the fastest or whatever you want, it's so hard to keep up with YAKA's offense, because they know each other so well. They know exactly where each player wants to go, where they want the disc to be, and they will just throw without even having to cut necessarily. And obviously they do cut for sure. They have legs. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying. But this connection is impossible to defend. You can defend some throws, you can defend some runs, but the connection between players is something really hard to stop, and YAKA is very good at this.
And it's surprising they're so good at it, as we note with frequency that they are this team that has so many external parts. However, they played together with those same external parts for so long now. It is the same external parts.
On one hand, yes. On the other hand, they also focus when they have every month practice with all players and do a lot of bounding for the team. But back to the play now. Action.
That one knocked away, and now a chance for a 3-goal lead. And as we mentioned not long ago how tight this contest was, since then YAKA's opened up a 2-goal lead and a chance here to make it 3. Knudsen gets to the doorstep to Valet. Tissin gives option, doesn't move the disc. There we do. Laborn in for the goal. That's 7-4, and now they stretch this lead very suddenly, very quickly to 3. Timeout called by Bristol, wisely so. We're gonna take a break. Don't you go anywhere. We'll be back right after this timeout. My mom and I made a cookbook. Traditional recipes passed down through the generations.
They cater very well to modern kitchens.
Our recipes come from all over Italy, primarily from Le Marche in Sicily, where my parents come from. Two of the best culinary regions.
All the regions of Italy have their own signature food.
Buying this book will make you smarter and better looking.
Mannaggia Stefano, just promote the book.
Just search Mama's Italian Classics anywhere you can buy books online and get your hands on a copy. It's coming. Wow, what a great book that looks like. I would, if I had any sense in my mind, I would be hitting that button. You can buy that anywhere you like, all the online networks. But we're here for this game here. YAKA versus Bristol. YAKA just put 3 in a row. Bristol took the timeout to talk about it. Let's see what they come out with after the timeout, if they can make the appropriate adjustments. Wilkinson immediately moved on, and now to Mudd. Ooh, low and away, but handled by Hawking. Now deep. Receiver under it, La Roque. Somewhat clumsily, but does handle it. And then 2 throws later in for the goal. And Bristol to Durban make good after the timeout.
Yeah, that was a quick offense. Really good from Bristol, losing no time. And I bet that is definitely what they talked about during the timeout, the tactic for this next point. Because it's not only about the point. I mean, it is important to score, but I think it's also for the mind, as we were saying, like you need to keep your mind on the game, to have this positive vibe, to have this fighting vibe. It's important. And scoring quickly, seeing what your team is capable of and proving to the opposite team as well is important to keep the focus in the game and advantage that they want to get.
So I would say an O-line out there for YAKA, but that's not the way they run their lines. They do run balanced lines, XY kind of situation. So the next line out there for YAKA, I will say that. A O-line because of the situation. They are receiving here.
O-line or D-line, I think, I mean, at this level, all the players could do almost anything with a bit more of, a bit more comfortable in one or another position. But when you see the line, you can see these players playing both. I mean, of what I think.
With this kind of quality, the ability to play every position certainly expected. Still an interesting choice. I always think that there is room to specialize in positions and to use your players to specialize in certain aspects rather than all aspects. However, they seem to do it well enough as Valet hands off to Thyssen.
Oh, for sure, it's good to specialize.
Knocked away there by Beeching. They're going to get a chance. Carla Link to pick up. She shoots right away. Why not? Payne under it. Payne takes it down. And that's 2 in a row now for Bristol. Game of runs here. They've looked good after the timeout.
That was a strong release. I don't know if we can get an eye on this flick release, but look at this.
Look at that.
Her arm continued all the way until the other side of her body. It's so strong.
Incredible follow through. Carla Link showing why she was a selection to the best tournament in the world that our sport knows, the World Games. And showing it with that 40-meter assist. Wind still blowing, though calm. Calmer than it was at the midday.
Yeah, it's pretty okay now. Not affecting that much the game, I think. You don't have to think so much about the wind direction and all. And we have the halftime coming soon with the time, but there will be +1 anyway, so in any case it will be game 2, not game, half to 8. Excuse me.
Half to 8. YAKA could make it happen right now if they can score this one. Bristol, on the other hand, could extend this to one of my favorite situations in the game. YAKA, disc in hand. Babican. Babican again to Chanina, but she looked away, and a clumsy drop goes to Bristol. Chance to break and level things before half. Hawking gets and gets again, gives and gets again. Larocque engages Hawking and throws with the blind defender. Castillo only eyes for her mark. Henry into the dump space to Durbin. Durbin gets it to go up line. Hawking with the disc.
So close to the sideline, but she kept it in.
Great inside throw to Durbin, and now Bristol only meters away. Durbin leads to the 53 shirt. That's Henry. Stall count mounting, but gets the retreat to Rodriguez. Rodriguez shoots for goal, but that's too far. Hawking's layout can't get the hand on it. Mondio now will look at the whole field in front of her and takes a big chunk of it, throwing to Paula Bass. Paula Bass centers. Drucker. Drucker gives to Babican. Straight back to Bass. Mondio to Castillo, to Bass, to Castillo, to Babican. Quick movement here from YAKA, back to Bass. Looking at this arrowhead front from Bristol. Babican to Bass. And now Van Wyk gets in the action. Rasta Mondio goes upfield, Chanina to Van Wyk. Now Chanina, the intended receiver. She's there. That is a half taker. We are deprived of Galaxy Point, but for YAKA, that's a good thing. 8-6 to take half, Charlotte. We will take a break for the halftime. We'll be back with second half action to see if Bristol can bring this game back to a winning situation.
July from Nottingham, England, the World Flying Disc Federation's World Under-24 Ultimate Championships. Live all-access coverage, including semis and finals, exclusively at ULTI.TV.
Those who do not know their history can never relive it. The skies, the dives, the sideline smiles. Our past is held in photo albums, drinking stories. The present is a gift. And here at ULTI.TV, we want to make sure we always appreciate it, capturing the immortal moments of Ultimate from around the world and making sure everyone can enjoy them for free, forever. Because the future belongs to all of us.
Yeah!
We are back in action, second half. It is 8-6 for YAKA. Bristol, some thinking done at the half. They have found ways to come back from small deficits throughout this game. They're back in another small deficit. Will they find another way out?
So for Diego Signoretti, thanks for the comments. And yes, I am as good at cooking as I am at playing Ultimate, which means really good, by the way, not awful. So but I still would really like to get Stefano Rapazzo's book about Italian food, because you can always learn more, and that is why you improve and get good.
That's exactly it. All the best chefs continually want to get their hands on more books, recipes, and savoir-faire, the know-how of how to get things done, as every great Ultimate player wants to learn more, be coached by more. And speaking of which, a quick shout-out to the Diskin Camp coming up in July, in Lyon. But among many other wonderful people contributing to that, the big mention, Valeria Cardenas, coming to Europe to coach in this academy, if you will. Make sure, if you have not registered, go click those links, check it out, and get on board. We'll see you in Lyon. I'll be there, as will ULTI.TV. Mon Dieu.
Now Bristol changing their defense. We haven't seen any specific defense so far, but they're kind of wally defending here with a poach on the handlers.
Mathias and Mondio go back and forth to one another. Babikian, the one-time junior who has flourished into just a great player nowadays, and though she's still young, the youth is not a part of her decision-making. She is playing like a veteran out there.
Exactly. She has been doing amazing actions every time I've seen her play. Really good job from her. Whether it is in the impulsion, in the youth impulsion, you know, the energy and everything, but also, as you're saying, the maturity she's been showing, even though despite her young age.
Yeah,
which is very interesting in the player.
She will be a good player for a very long time by my estimation. Castillo de Valle! Oh no! It was a sitter, and that one dropped, which should have been an easy goal for YAKA. Instead, Bristol will get another look.
This was very unexpected.
Half of the YAKA sideline were already 3 steps into their run celebration. And that one now goes to Bristol to turn their way around. Mudd gets a gainer. Henry now in front of our cameras. Oh, tries to go around, gets hacked at. No foul called, though I heard a bit of contact. Now she thinks about it.
Let's have maybe a replay.
No contest from Van Wyk. A great defensive effort. A great shot by our camera work as well, but definitely a foul there.
Great communication between players.
Back in the hands of Gemma Henry. Durbin to Henry. Ooh, that's a speculator, and that goes right into the hands of Meisel. Now Valet. Babikian. To Mathias. Nice looking counter strike by YAKA thus far. But until the throw for goal, Meisel shoots too high for Van Wyk.
And again, Bristol with the opportunity for a break, which they definitely need. 8-6 for the score, still the first point from the second half.
This one floating, Mondio trying to have a sniff but can't get there. That one Mud sends to the sideline and well beyond. The wind got every piece of that one.
With great actions come great responsibility. You cannot just rush it after a good catch as she did.
Preservation of greatness, if you will. So the long walk back to the line, Mondio, and the wind has picked right back up again. Disc is in, and she looks at a zone, but finds a hole immediately. Castillo to Matias.
What a
Far
great look.
sideline. Now Valle. Gainer to Van Wyk. Castillo. Mondio. Taking chunks. Babakian. Intended receiver. That one counts. They get the goal. They almost celebrated earlier, but much, much later in the point.
Really beautiful to see as the wind is picking up here, getting much stronger. YAKA just made their way through the end zone, to the end zone, through the field, as if nothing. Like the conditions were changing during their offense and still didn't change anything about their offense.
We get to hear the Ici C'est Noisy cheer of the YAKA team. They share that with Is No Good, of course, a team I know a tiny bit about. Here is our home is basically what they're telling us in French. Here is Noisy Le Sec. This is our turf. And their biggest separation of the game so far, 9-6, 3 up on Bristol, or their equaled biggest separation.
And on the field right in front of us, not right, but behind the one in front of us, we have Jinx facing Fabulous, and we have a score of 6-4 for Jinx, in favor of Jinx.
So Jinx either not playing as well, based on the results before, and of course these are theoretic results, not playing as well as they may have in their victory against YAKA, or Fabulous
YAKA
stepping up and playing much better than they did in their loss against Bristol.
This is also an option, or also YAKA not being 100% on their previous game against Jinx.
So many things to
So
consider.
many possibilities.
Carla Link not considering any of those things, just looking for a completion, which she gets to Beaching. Payne with the disc. Goes around, Link. Gets a forwarding pass. That one shot for goal. Oh goodness, a Mac assist, but not in the right direction. Beaching gets the goal. Knudsen there could have taken that one away, but bounces off of her and it goes the other way.
What a weird situation. I mean, either you try to hit the disc and then you don't catch it, so the offense catches it, but here she dropped it.
Just went through both hands. She was trying to catch her D's for sure. It was not a smack away. It was not a Mac attempt. It was a catch attempt that went wrong and went really wrong after the drop.
This is actually one of the reasons also why a lot of defense players do not try to catch the disc, but just want to smash it as strong as possible to the ground, because if you don't catch it, then it's okay, because anyway you smash it to the ground and there's no chance left. But you never know, everything can happen. She got the run, just missed the hands on that one.
So Bristol bring it back to within 2, 9-7, and they pull.
Still a gap to catch up here. 3 points in a row, not in a row, but 3 breaks they would need if they want to take advantage on this game that is slowly but surely getting closer to the end. I mean, we still have time left, don't worry, still a good show to go.
Lots of game left. Castillo engages the ever marveling Babikian. Natalia Bocanegra Gomez goes to knees and collects that one, keeps it alive. Now Paula Paz makes a great outreached catch. Mondio. She winds up, sends it the other way. Shanina under it and wide open.
Whoa.
Castillo, who only just makes that one count for another goal. 10-7 YAKA.
There's the
So goal there. You see Chitang's on. A shout out on my part. I saw him in the comments a little while ago. Nicolas Perus, obviously cheering on YAKA, but a exceptional player that I got to coach who's working his way back from an injury right now, and I can't wait to see him back because I know that he will be back in full force doing all the wonderful things that we had faith in him to do last time around. Because he's in the comments and he's a member of the same club. Do I have to justify? Carla Link. To Roshovsky. Back to Carla Link.
zone defense set up by YAKA, which seems to be working pretty well, especially when you have Chloe Valle there to reach for those guys for any defense needed.
Sky in the pack, Tissin goes deep, Meisel's on the spot, 11-7, and if you reverse that, it says 7-11. It is time for a Slurpee, ladies and gentlemen. Go do yourselves a favor.
Great offensive counterattack by YAKA, who set a new type of defense with this win picking up. I think it's quite a good choice, even though their defense seemed to be working okay. I mean, they got the breaks, they got the pressure and everything, but you can also switch a little bit, see if things might work better, or also maybe like save some of your players' legs. Just not for the ones in the cup, for sure. These ones are the cursed ones.
Give them a break. They need the break the most. So this now the biggest lead of the game, 4 points, 11-7. YAKA getting just a bit more separation and getting things to fall their way. Lots of game remaining, of course. Hawking. Durbin and back to Hawking. Wind up near sideline, but great effort to come back to it by Rodriguez. Mudd. Goes wide, that's Hawking again. Hawking zips it up the middle to Wilkinson. Wilkinson looks deep, has an option. That one counts. On the board, that's LaRocque for the goal. 11-8 now, still in favor of the Yaquitos.
What a nice bladey put. And this is pretty risky throw when you see the wind to have such outside flick. Still worked perfectly for Bristol. Right above all other players not involved between the thrower and the receiver.
So at 11-8, 58 minutes in, plenty of time in these 80-minute games to 15. We will, in all likelihood, see this go to 15.
More certainly.
A public service announcement. Ice cream ready from the Tournament Central.
Great organization by Fab Club.
You know my feelings about ice cream. Shot from Link to Beeching. Meters away. Far cone in for the goal. That's Junk who cashes in. And that's 2 in a row. 9-11. Emergency, emergency.
It's really nice to know that Bristol will always fight whatever the score is. As we saw at the beginning of the game, 0-2, 2 breaks in a row from YAKA, and still Bristol made it back. They got the breaks back, and that is why I wasn't too worried about the score gap getting bigger and bigger, because I think Bristol can come back. You never know if it's going to happen or not, for sure, but you know it is possible from Bristol. They can put this will, this fire.
What? Anything can happen. That's the best of my rapping skills, and the best of my commentating skills will correct these Yakitos, I call, are not the Yakitos. It's you at home who are the Yakitos if you're cheering for YAKA. They refer to themselves as players as Makinas. So let's see if these Makinas, little machines, can get this one in as Babi Kian connects with Bass and then Chinina. Chinina goes deep. That one's off target, and it'll go to ground.
I think the chat agrees that Stefan needs an ice cream. Stefan needs to eat, but eat proper, typical burner food. So if you have any tips, give us a hint of what Stefan should eat in Bern.
Great play there defensively, and Rasta to Castillo immediately capitalizes on that error. And YAKA put another on the board with some scintillating play after the turn.
What beauty. That was so fast. The disc got onto the ground. Rasta, they directly picked it up. No time to lose to Maria Castillo for the score. Another score for YAKA, 12-9.
On the turn there, Castillo's immediate ability to recognize that turn was happening while Junk was still trying to make a play, trying to still make an effort. Castillo was already assuming it and just getting separation going the other way. So once that assumption came to fruition, wow, that was an easy score for Mondiaux to find a wide open Castillo.
Castillo got quick legs and quick mind.
Yann Toussaint, thanks for your recommendation. I would happily take one. We miss you. Last time I might have saw him was while he was coaching the French women's team in Győr. So it's been a little while, but maybe once since. Anyhow, back to the game.
Coach says, I feel a break coming. Never mind, I'll shut up. I'm a coach.
Here they come. Bristol need some goals. Back to a 3-point game. Man goes wide and around to Link. Well defended by Becker. Link again with a touch. A little bit of stepstone there by Oldfield, and then moves it on to Beeching. Beeching shoots. There's a lot of double bicep flexes, so that doesn't count. Back in the hands of Beeching. She'll have to do that again, or she could choose to do it in less throws as well. Conversation seems to be agreeable. Beeching has it. Started with a stall count in front of her. Beaching goes around. That's Man. Who gets one into tight defense there. Rashowska puts in front.
Oh.
Tissin comes away, smacks it away from Beaching, but there is a foul called, and they will discuss.
A really nice defense beat, though. I really like this, but it's always hard to get the defense from behind the player. You have to get contact in any case. Now the question is the contact too important or not? Like, did it affect the offensive bid or not?
That is, again, we can give opinion there, but they were the ones out there who felt it. For me, I felt, you know, I like the way Tissin approached that. She tried to get underneath, but there's certainly that right shoulder did dig into the back.
She definitely,
of Beaching.
Yeah, she definitely tried to avoid that contact. We see how she turned her shoulder, as you're saying, but
not effective enough, from our opinion. And it seems like that's agreed upon. Back into the hands of Beaching. Beaching to Link. Link leads, but nah, yes, it is quite in to Flissman and Bristol. Another one on the board. 10-12 now. Back to within 2. This game of runs continues. Bristol set to pull down to late portions of this game into our final third, 66 minutes in. More beyond our final third, in fact. And the pull set sail. Babican picks up and goes to Mondio. The player
we
who
got
did
a
a great
call.
part in shaping her.
got a call on the field. Something made Boabas fall to the ground, maybe contact. So we definitely have a discussion now on the field, knowing what happened. Did it affect in any way the offense or the defense?
I would love to see them reenact the play. We might not get that, but always good entertainment value.
Yeah, at least know what happened.
So conversation reaching at least the 30-second mark here. Resolution achieved. Bass comes under. Winds up, gives the backhand. Chanina on the chase, but too far for anyone.
That was a pretty direct throw.
Bristol now walk it to the line. Another chance. If they can score here, they bring it to within one. Mudd goes to Durbin and back to Mudd immediately. Engagement of Durbin. Henry moves on to Mudd. That's Durbin. Now Wilkinson. Durbin goes wide and around. Defense is there, but not quick enough. Rodriguez maintains possession. Back to Durbin.
I don't know if it's the defense that is putting more and more pressure or if Bristol's players are starting to get a bit tired, but I feel that the energy is getting lower on the field. But on the YAKA side, they just hack it straight to the end zone. Oh my gosh!
There's another look at Babi Kian, the young player who's coming out of her shell, making plays all over the field. And after a very long possession, as Charlotte just mentioned, YAKA go the other way in one big throw from Mondial to Babi Kian.
I think that YAKA players were also getting a bit tired on this point, and luckily they have Aman, I don't know her last name, I'm sorry. Babi Kian, thank you. Aman Babi Kian to give some legs. This girl has some power and energy to give, luckily for the team.
What a play by Babi Kian. That's 13-10, back to within 3 as we get a little bit more overhead footage. Bristol running out of time to make a stand, but time exists. It is still there.
10 minutes left, it's enough.
10 minutes left, but only 2 points left to concede. 1 left to make a charge beyond.
Anyway, there is a cap, isn't it?
Oh, there's a cap. There is time. There's always time in this game. The winner needs to finish things off with a score, and that will always give the team from behind a chance to sniff back in it and prevent victory. Link. And we're seeing Link do it, working double duty right now. She's out there for a few extra points.
We have a wall defense from YAKA here, but Bristol tried to make their way above it, which might not have been the best decision right now, at this moment at least. YAKA got the disc.
Kayard knocks that one away. And YAKA will pick up. That's Mathias. Mathias goes to Daban. She whips one forward to Valet, who catches high. Safely with 2 hands, of course. And around to Daban, who hits the turf on the catch. Daban to Valet. Thyssen quickly fed it right back to Valet. Timeout called by Valet. They're gonna have a chance to think about this one. YAKA 2 points away. They're gonna have a break. We'll take the same. We'll be back right after this timeout. Grimsveld. Go check that place out. I had the joy of going up that mountain train and getting to the top. Wonderful views up there, and goodness gracious, the drive in and out. You are in the heart of the Swiss Alps, and there are not many places with better views than that. The lakes, the mountains, the sheer natural beauty all around you. Go check it out. We're very happy they get behind us here at the EUF for this elite invite. Elite in every sense, of course. Valet took the timeout. Disc is back into her hands. Tapped in Valley. Let's see what this timeout amounts to. Kyer with the disc, far sideline. Whips it around, Valley again. Finds the middle space, Thyssen. Thyssen to Kyer. Oh, fakes this way and then that, and then once more for good measure. Still with the disc, back to Matthias. Kyer to Matthias, hits her very hard, almost knocks her down, but she manages and is on that doorstep. Looking for one forward pass, she gets it. YAKA back on the board, 14-1 away from victory in the second round. So YAKA make that timeout count. They do manage to put one on the board after having to think about it. And they are one away, 4 stretched away from their competitors, Bristol here. So a nice cushion late in the game. But again, they've got to put that final nail in the coffin, so to speak, to put this one away. And Bristol can only hope to prevent at this stage.
I mean, YAKA definitely has this mental strength for those last points. It's very tough to get them on this kind of comebacks, like when you have to score many points in a row and that the opposite team is losing their temper and not scoring a single point for many points. This is something you usually don't see YAKA do. It's really rare, not never, but rare.
Here comes Bristol in a must-score situation. Winds up and then engages. Hawking goes to Durbin. Oh, that's low and handled.
Nice.
Well played by Henry. Strong hands going to ground.
Great safe catch.
Oh, holy moly. Another great catch. Durbin gets turned around and hangs on to that one. Bristol doing everything possible to maintain possession until that laser goes through the hands of Wilkinson.
I don't know exactly if it was supposed to be a hawk getting higher, or was it supposed to get to the player who touched it, but a bit slower.
It was on point. It was very hot. Castillo now, chance to win the game for YAKA. Chinina goes to ground. Chinina goes to Bocanegra Gomez. She can't hang on with the tight defense on her hip.
Great beat from Ahmed Durbin, putting the pressure needed for Bristol to get the disc and possession back.
Bristol again, Hawking. Winds up, sent wide to Durbin. Durbin goes to Larocque. Oh, hand block, but
we heard it.
A hand block into a completion, and they maintain possession. Mudd and Bristol still looking upfield for a goal.
Oh!
Bobby Ken having a game. First the layout goal, now the layout D. What a game she's having under the lenses.
What just happened? What a layout bid.
Holy
beautiful layout defense.
My goodness. Monzio leads over Babican, but Chinina there for the bailout. Monzio again. Continue to Chinina. She thought about going up early, but realized she had space. Chinina gets to Bocanegra Gomez. The lead to Chinina. That's the game. YAKA have done it. 5-point lead in the end, 15-10. And YAKA stretch away in the late stages of this game.
Here it is, last point needed by YAKA. Bristol putting a lot of pressure, but just not enough to get the score for a break, to get the score back. But a really cool fight from their side. I really enjoyed watching this game, commentating it. Really good job from Bristol and from YAKA.
Wonderful game. Lots of players standing out. Mondio with 5 assists. No surprise there from the backbone of this offense. Beaching, 2 goals, 2 assists and a block. A great performance from that side of the disc. And a great win for YAKA to take after suffering a loss in the first round. They're 1-1 and looking good moving forward. Bit more of the aerial shots from our drone. Always happy to see it. And I'll finish with a final shout out for Aman Babikian. Wow, what a game by that young lady. Flying all over the place and just doing everything she can to take responsibility to do her part for her team. So congratulations to her and to YAKA. That's about going to wrap things up. Thank you all for joining us. Stick on ULTI.TV. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back into the Opens mixed division coming up next. Reading versus Disconnection. Great game coming up. And we know Padova will be the winner from Padova is Disconnection. So we know Leamington will be watching this one with a keen eye, cheering for Disconnection. If you've been following us, you know the implications for qualification. Thank you once again. There's a final look at the stats. Have a great afternoon, and don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with that next mixed match.
Thanks. Merci beaucoup.
Yeah, ultimate.
ULTI.TV.